Tshiamo Moramaga, a first-year beautician student, and her cousin Baleseng Moramaga, a teacher's assistant, shared a rented room in Mamelodi East, Pretoria. Their cousin, Ntabiseng Buthelezi, described them as happy and harmonious individuals who got along with everyone.
It was just after sunrise in Mamelodi East, the township still quiet, the streets cold with the kind of silence that follows a violent night. On Sompisi Street, two young women lay side by side, motionless, bleeding, and forever gone. Their names would soon echo across the country. Tshiamo Moramaga, age 22, and her cousin, Baleseng Moramaga, age 21. Their deaths would become more than just another crime statistic. They would spark outrage, inspire a national conversation about gender-based violence, and expose the darkness lurking behind closed doors. This is the story of the Mamelodi double murder, and how two bright futures were stolen in minutes. Before the headlines, before the chaos, Tshiamo and Baleseng were simply two young women with plans, dreams, and ambitions. Tshiamo, soft-spoken and friendly, was passionate about beauty. She studied hair and nails, dreaming of opening her own salon one day. She was known for her neat braids, her warm smile, and her gentle heart. Baleseng was the academic one, a third-year UNISA education student, preparing to become a teacher. She loved children, she loved learning, and she carried herself with a maturity beyond her age. They were cousins, but the family says they grew up more like sisters. They walked together, laughed together, and protected each other. No one imagined they would die together. The night of 26 October 2025 began like any other in Mamelodi East Extension 17. People were indoors, preparing for bed. Neighbors recall hearing faint voices, a disagreement, raised words, but disputes among young people are nothing new in the township. Then, a sudden silence. And finally, the unmistakable crack of gunshots. Around 6:15 a.m., police received a call. Two bodies had been found on the pavement. When officers arrived, they discovered the young women lying next to each other. Both had gunshot wounds to the head, execution style. A third victim, a young man around 27 years old, had also been shot but survived. The brutality was shocking. Whoever pulled the trigger did not fire randomly. It was close range, precise, intentional. Less than 24 hours later, police arrested 38-year-old Tibogo Manisi at a petrol station in Pretoria. He was carrying a 9mm pistol, believed to be the murder weapon, unlicensed, illegal, and loaded. According to witnesses and later court testimony, Manisi had been dating Tshiamo. They had been arguing shortly before the shooting. Neighbors heard a woman say, "You will make me make a mistake." Investigators believe Manisi arrived armed, angry, and ready for confrontation. What sparked the final argument remains unclear. Jealousy, control, possessiveness, something deeper. But prosecutors are certain of one thing. This was planned, a premeditated execution. Manisi now faces 2 counts of premeditated murder, 1 count of attempted murder, illegal possession of firearm, possession of ammunition. When he first appeared in court, Manisi abandoned his bail application, leaving him behind bars as the investigation continues. Detectives say the crime scene told a chilling story. Both women were found positioned closely together, almost as though they died protecting one another. Their bodies showed no signs of struggle, pointing to a sudden and close-range attack. Digital evidence also became key. Tshiamo's phone was missing after the murder. Baleseng's phone showed she'd been active shortly before the shooting. The surviving male victim is expected to play a major role in the trial. Forensic teams recovered bullet casings matching the firearm found on Manisi. Combined with witness accounts, prosecutors believe the evidence forms a strong case of intentional and targeted killing. Yet many questions remain. Why kill both? Why so violently? Why in the street? And why did no one intervene during the argument? Those answers may only surface fully during the trial. The Moramaga family has been deeply shattered. Two daughters, full of hope, promising careers, and boundless futures, were gone in seconds. At the funeral, mourners dressed in black and white filled the yard with sobs and calls for justice. Community members described the pain as unbearable. Two young lives taken so senselessly, Tshiamo's mother said through tears. They were still children. They had not even started life. Baleseng's relatives said she had just submitted her assignments for the semester. She was weeks away from completing her third year. The loss feels impossible to comprehend. This double murder ignited anger across Mamelodi and beyond. People gathered in the streets demanding answers. Social media erupted with hashtags calling for justice. Community leaders condemned the killings as another example of South Africa's relentless wave of gender-based violence. The case reached national attention when the Aubrey Tau Foundation, alongside Moja Love TV, initially announced a 250,000 Rand reward for information, a reward that was later donated directly to the family as support. Civil society groups say this case highlights the vulnerability of young women at the hands of men they know, boyfriends, partners, or ex-partners who turn violent. For Mamelodi, it wasn't just a crime. It was a painful reminder of a deeper crisis. As the case moves through court, the pressure on the justice system is immense. Prosecutors are pushing for a harsh sentence, arguing the murders were deliberate, the victims posed no threat. The attack was fueled by control, anger, and power. A clear message must be sent to society. The surviving victim's testimony will be crucial. Forensics will fill in the missing pieces, and the community will be watching closely. Manisi's next court date is expected to bring more details and possibly reveal the full motive behind the killings. Tshiamo and Baleseng were more than victims. They were daughters, cousins, students, dreamers, young women with bright futures. Their deaths became a symbol of broken trust, of domestic violence, of a society fighting to protect its women. And their story will remain a reminder that behind every headline is a family shattered forever. The road to justice is still unfolding. But one thing is certain. South Africa has not forgotten the Moramaga cousins, and their voices will echo until justice is done.